Hey everyone, this is Blair and Alyssa back again for another 2 Minute Tuesday. We thought it would be appropriate to have a debrief on the recent Kaseya breach.
Obviously, this happened over 4th of July weekend. And as you and I were talking about before, these types of incidents are planned on holiday weekends, just like the JBS attack back Memorial Day weekend.
Because they know that people will be either on vacation or leaving the office early. It was a managed service provider that had lots of clients, so they were able to widen and broaden their reach.
What is significant about this one is that it was a MSP, so they could target, multiple organizations at once.
There were some 0-day vulnerabilities that were leveraged by a threat actor that was able to bypass authentication, and they were able to run some arbitrary commands from that. So Revel is maintained and distributed by the Gold Southfield Threat Group. Revel is operating as a ransomware as a service. Gold Southfield is the threat group, and Revel is the ransomware as a service.
And I actually saw something that says that 4.6% of the ransomware attacks that have occurred this year in 2021 have been by Revel. Okay, so Revel was unable to encrypt or wipe out the backups because they had configured it in such a way that the backups, they were trying to delete folders that were named backup. So this was ineffective. So they offered this $70 million decryption, universal decryption tool so that all of those 1,500 clients could have their systems unlocked all at the same time. But obviously that was rendered ineffective.
They lost their effectiveness because they were unable to encrypt or wipe victim backups. As a result, victims have been able to restore their systems using the backups without having to pay a ransom. Revel was also linked to a coordinated attack on some local governments in Texas in 2019. So this group has been around. They usually attack and then they'll go back into the shadows. But the ransomware that was used here was configured to avoid encrypting systems that used Russian languages, except the Baltic states or Syria. So basically what that means is they're running reports so that they don't hit people in Syria and Russia. A reminder to everybody that's using an MSP right now, vet your vendors.
Or just any partner in general, really. Yeah. Like anybody that's going to have access to your information.
Right.
You need to understand how they feel about security, what they're doing about security, because that in turn will affect you.
And so obviously this story is developing. I do not think that this will be the last time we hear about a ransomware breach, but Alyssa and I like to debrief on these types of scenarios because number one, in our line of work, number two, it's interesting, and number three, it's we learn a lot from it as well. So please let us know what you think.